Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. It's Monday, December 7th. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our daily NBA show. Mike Brenner, you won our first head-to-head, didn't you? Here you go.
Well, I didn't win it, but the Knicks did.
I learned my lesson. Hey, listen, excuse me. Fool me once, you know the saying. All right, so here we go. Monday, December 7th. Let's see. Well, first, let's start with the Clippers, Minnesota, right? Your favorite team, the Clippers. Now, Minnesota, 1-9 against the spread at home, right?
Yeah.
Something's wrong with that team. Could that be fluky and anomalous? Maybe. Could there be something to it? Maybe. The Clippers still, a decent team right now. It's close to a pick 'em. You think the Clippers win or not? Are you going to make a pick on this game?
Not at all. Not at all. And again, I'm just doing this humbly because they have bit me in the ass 6 out of 7 times. And I read an article today, and another sports guy says, "All right, they're here, they're back, they're ready." Well, I'm not sold on that yet, especially against Minnesota's healthy. Clippers are not healthy right now, so I'm just going to kick back.
All right, another game that's interesting, the Lakers and the Raptors. The Lakers are just, getting blown out game in and game out. It's the Kobe final tour, and they're just getting blasted. The Raps, a decent team off of... Was that funny?
I love it. I love that Kobe's getting blasted. I loved it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, even my intentional jokes don't usually get that much of a reaction. All right, the Raps are off of 2 straight-up losses and a decent team. Yep. So if any team is, in position to sort of make sure they don't get a third straight loss, it's the Raps. Maybe the Raptors at like 12.5, 13 are a good bet. What do you think?
Don't know, staying off of that, but when I did see that, I was wondering if you would take the over in that because of that exact point of view.
Right, yes, that's an interesting thought. No, I hadn't thought about the total, actually. I'm sure I did, but I dismissed it when I looked at it at the overnight. I was thinking about Toronto, minus 12.5. I pass on that one, though. There is one pick that I did take on the overnight. Should I get to it? Should we get to it?
Yes, let's do it. Come on now.
It's the under in Washington, Miami. Now, I took it at 196.5. When I took it, I said, oh my God, this one's going to be way lower when we do our call. And right now I am seeing 194, which is not great, but I think I'd still take it. Washington on a back-to-back.
I got to ask you, what the hell is wrong with Washington? Really, what's going? Is it the injuries? Because now they got a couple more, but
they got some. They have some head problems. I think John Wall is injured, but maybe he's going to be playing here. And just in general, they can be held down. Miami, a big under team when they're playing against a team that's not going to push them and challenge them. Will Washington push them? Maybe. I think it's worth a shot that they don't. And if they don't, it goes under.
Also, I don't know if you're aware, but that Martin Gortat, who's big under the boards, he's back in his country for personal reasons, so he's probably not going to be playing tonight either.
Yeah.
So
his home country, Czechoslovakia.
That's where it is.
Yes, that's where he's from. Well, I'm going to give under 194.
Okay.
It could
officially,
go over.
Right? Because we are no longer pussy handicappers, and he made that statement.
It's going to be a little bit iffy because Washington, of course, can be explosive offensively. But I took it at 196.5 on the overnight. At 194, I'll give it out. What the hell?
All right.
And then another interesting game, we have Spurs-Philly. Yeah. Now, Philly, terrible team, but they have been covering. They've been covering. Tonight, they're getting 13.5. The Spurs, my initial leans on this game, I didn't bet it yet, but my initial lean is take the under and Philly plus the points. What do you think?
I don't know. I kind of like that combination there, but I'm wondering if Philadelphia thinks that their actual record's based on against the spread because they seem to be covering, but when it comes to getting the W's, that elusive one came, and after that, I don't know, but I'm just staying away, and the Spurs, they don't seem to be really cranking it up right now, but that can happen at any moment. But as far as the under and that lockdown defense, that will be there. Yeah,
I'm leaning Spurs right now, 13.5. I'm leaning Philly right now, 13.5 is available. The under was 188 when I checked it. Now it's up to 188.5 or 189. That makes me a little bit nervous because, as we know, that's probably sharp money. So that makes me nervous. Just putting it out there. Info for everyone. Mike Brenner, is there a pick you'd like to give us today?
Yeah, I actually got 2 of them. I'm going to see if I can just come on strong here. I like the Bulls. All right, here's a team they got to start figuring something out. I'm not sold any way whatsoever on Derrick Rose. I'm actually to the point where if I was the higher up in the Bulls, I'd be starting to think of getting rid of him and getting some value while it's still there. This guy is so inconsistent, and it's just back and forth. But you have a Suns team that's beat up. Expectations were real high this year, and they're struggling. If it wasn't for that dynamic duo of their backcourt, with Bledsoe and Brandon Knight, they don't have a whole lot to offer. So I'd like this spot on the full game. Bulls -6. That's what I got it at.
Nope, it's split line, 6 or 6.5, but they're 6 at best. Chris at Just Bet, at the Greek, 6 at a lot of places. Can't say I disagree with that. It sounds pretty good to me. What's your second pick, Mike?
My second pick, I like Pistons. I like Detroit. If I'm correct, they're going into Charlotte.
4 straight wins and covers for Detroit. All came at home, though. Now they're going on the road. Charlotte playing pretty well, though, in general.
Yes, they are. But Jefferson's out again. Not that he's a huge factor because Zeller has stepped in and really played played just monster ball. It was plus 3.5 when it opened. It dropped to 2.5, and that's where I kind of liked it and jumped on board. I like what's happening in Detroit. Van Gundy's really starting to, they're buying what he's selling. They're putting it together. So I'm taking them. I'm taking the underdog on the game plus the 2.5. So I've got Pistons plus 2.5, Bulls -6, both on the full game.
Okay, you know what? It's at 3 right now at the Greek. Take 3.
I'm going to take 3. No, you know what? No. I am not a pussy handicapper.
No,
I'm taking the 2.5. I got to.
There's a difference between being a pussy handicapper and a
smart.
stupid handicapper.
Okay. All right.
Take the 3, Mike.
I just take a jab at you. I got you, buddy.
Take the 3.
All right, I'll take the damn 3.
That's our show for Monday. We got 2 picks from Mike Brenner, 1 pick for me. Hopefully we have a good day, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Pete.